California is brought to you by Comcast HD, with more HD than anyone, period. Let's check the game time weather, brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission is free. The boardwalk is open daily. It's a gorgeous day, 69 degrees, bright blue skies. And on cue, the A's, with their all-white uniforms, take the field for the third and final game of this series. Dallas Braden leads the troops out to the field. So,
and welcome to Stockton.
Yeah.
There we go. It's Dallas Braden time.
Well, if you weren't ready to go, now you are. Just like Dallas Braden. Here's the Tigers lineup that Braden will face today, brought to you by McDonald's. Curtis Granderson, Placido Polanco, Miguel Cabrera at the top. Marcus Timms, the DH. And Rayburn, Ordonez, Laird, Kelly, and Everett. So Brandon Inge, the regular third baseman, getting the afternoon off. Defensively for the A's, Holiday, Sweeney, and Buck. Travis Buck gets the start, his first since being called up. Kennedy, Cabrera, Ellis, Giambi on the infield, and Kurt Suzuki is behind the plate.
Now Dallas Braden, as we mentioned, a little run support. The very impressive 326 earned run average. Last 6 starts, 2 or fewer runs, earned runs he's given up in those starts. But unfortunately, in the month of June, he picked up just 1 win and a couple of losses, a couple of no decisions. So Dallas Braden pitching effectively. It's just a matter of getting some run support. He lost to the Tigers, only 1 start this year against Detroit, back when the A's were swept. Dallas will try to pick up a win for himself and for the ball club this afternoon on the first day of the month of July, the 4th month of this season. He's finishing the month of June last night. And so now that that month is gone, the first 3 months are gone. How about 3 winning months in the final 3 of this 2009 season?
A's finished 13 and 15 in June after an 8 and 11 April. And a difficult May where they went 11 and 18. So you're right, it's time for a winning month, or maybe 3. First pitch of the ball game from Dallas Braden to Curtis Granderson is outside.
First pitch, 12:37.
Granderson, Polanco, and Cabrera. The second pitch of the ball game is skied to center field. Sweeney has it, 1 out.
Said 65 degrees, and if it's as windy on the field as it is in the booth, it's going to be an adventurous day.
It is windy.
Batting in the second position, second baseman, number 14.
Flags on the right field are not moving at all. The ones on the left are blowing in. So I'd say,
don't look.
Don't look. Pick up some grass and find out where it's blowing.
Well, the Athletics enter today 32 and 44 on the year. This is the 6th matchup of the year against the Tigers. Ellis calls everybody off, and now Sweeney comes in right at the last minute. Ryan Sweeney takes charge. 2 outs.
And that's the key word, takes charge. They're words, because Todd Stevenson, the A's first base coach and outfield coach, talking about the infielders going out. And, you know, it's interesting, in talking to him, he said certain infielders go out certain ways. Just like Adam Kennedy and Mark Ellis, both playing second, would go up to the outfield differently than, you know, each other. I mean, and that's why the collision occurred. Mark Ellis' first game back on Sunday was Jack Huss when he ran in, maybe just a little bit unfamiliar with the way Ellie went out. So fortunately, no serious injury, as Mark said he heard this big flap on the back of his and a clip if they were playing football, 15 yards.
That's right, it was an illegal block in the back. Here's the Tigers starter this afternoon, Justin Verlander. Good pitching matchup, Verlander and Braden. Now, it's a good matchup, but it's certainly different styles. One's a lefty, one's a righty. One's likes to throw the changeup. The other guy likes to throw the heater.
And the heater inside with a changeup away for Dallas Braden. Back-to-back fastballs inside to Cabrera. Dangerous hitter. Very dangerous. As far back in the batter's box as he could go.
He may have hauled out some new shoes for today.
He's got spats on.
Cabrera 16 homers and 47 runs batted in, and he's 3 for 8 in the series.
And the All-Star game, which will be 2 weeks from Tuesday, that's when equipment manufacturers bring out the equipment.
Yep.
Have the players, of course, the big showcase. I mean, the home run derby and the game itself. Great opportunity for the manufacturers to get their logos. Oh, wow.
Heads up here, boys.
How about that spin?
So a good inning for Dallas Braden. 3 up, 3 down, bottom of the first coming up. No score.
Leading off for the Athletics, third baseman, number 29, Adam Kennedy.
No score, bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Athletics lineup brought to you by McDonald's. Kennedy, Cabrera, Holiday, Giambi, Suzuki, Sweeney, Cust, Buck, and Ellis. It's been a good start for Mark Ellis since coming back from the disabled list. He's homered in both games in this series. So Adam Kennedy leading it off against Justin Verlander. Kennedy in the series 3 for 7 with a couple of walks, so he's done his job out of the leadoff spot, getting on base. The average at .292, 6 home runs. Angel Hernandez, the home plate umpire. Randy Marsh is the crew chief. He's at first. Marvin Hudson at second. Lance Barksdale at third. And Angel Hernandez, longtime umpire. Some people say it's Angel Hernandez.
Well, evidently, that's
probably the accurate way to say it. I don't think Angel's going to mind either. Pop-up foul territory. Don Kelly, the third baseman, cannot get to it. Defensively for the Tigers this afternoon. Give that to you in just a moment. And that's the biggest change right there. Don Kelly at third. Brandon Inge getting the afternoon off.
Banged up his knee a little bit before the Tigers came into town. The game in which he had the walk-off home run against Houston. Stayed in the game. Of course, played the first 2 games of this series. And a very good third baseman and hitter. See if we see him later in the game. Let's hope the Tigers have to use a pinch hitter. Maybe he will be the one.
Swing and a miss by Kennedy. So 1 out here in the bottom of the first. There's the defense. Rayburn, Granderson, Ordonez in the outfield. Kelly Everett, Polanco, Cabrera on the infield. Gerald Laird back behind the plate today. And there he is, folks, and he's a good one. Justin Verlander.
Well, you see the number is 17 start. He is 8-3. 5 of those wins came in the month of May, in which he had 6 starts and was 5-1. Good fastball, tops out the mid-90s. Good curveball and changeup, and there's a good base hit.
Well, Cabrera extends the hitting streak in his first at bat. It's now 14 games.
Well, Verlander likes to get ahead with a fastball, as he did with Kennedy and Cabrera, who has faced him a few times. This is the 27th at bat, as a matter of fact, and Cabrera getting on top of the high fastball.
A nice stretch for Cabrera. I think the only guy in baseball that has a longer active hitting streak is Scott Rowland of the Blue Jays. Scott Rowland's having a very good year. The top 5 in hitting in the American League is Rowland. Holiday fouls it straight back, so the count 0-2.
Well, we talk about 14-game hitting streaks, and think of the great Joe DiMaggio's 56 in 1941, and if you could go 56 games, 1 hit in each game, at least 1 hit,
it's amazing.
Oof, tip your hat.
Cabrera goes, and the throw to second, not in time. Pitch called the ball, so it's a stolen base for Orlando Cabrera.
Gerald Laird had a tough pitch to throw, and a short hop the ball, which enabled Cabrera to get an even bigger jump. The high leg kick. Matter of fact, that was not a short hop, as a long hop, but Gerald Laird, strong throw, but just not enough time, so more of a surprise run by Cabrera, and got him safe.
There's that good Verlander curveball. Throws it hard, it's sharp. And he throws, obviously he's got a great fastball, but I think he probably gets more strikeouts with that pitch than he does with the fastball.
Typically a guy throws as hard as Verlander does, you have to gear up for the fastball, kind of like Joel Zumaya last night. 103 miles per hour, you flip a curveball up there, and you're swinging a lot of pitches in the dirt, which depend on the catcher, and Gerald Laird's very good at blocking balls in the dirt.
There's the fastball at 97, and it's just off the plate. Full count to Holiday with Jason Giambi in the on-deck circle. Pop up, and it's going to reach the seats. Matt Holliday is 2 for 8 in this series. Scored a couple of runs. He's got an RBI. And there's the walk. Looks like Verlander overthrew that one a little bit.
Well, Gerald Laird, catcher, veteran catcher for the Tigers, kind of a unique grip, which he throws the baseball. See the 3 fingers? Got the index, middle, and ring finger. And, you know, normally a catcher will use 2 fingers, index and middle finger. But I asked him about it, and he said, when I use 2 fingers, I'd either get sink or sail. And he started young, putting 3 fingers on the baseball. Obviously does not lose any of the velocity and throwing to second, as he just threw very hard to second. But said Tony DeFrancesco, the A's AAA manager when Gerald was in the A's organization, look at the percentage caught stealing. I mean, he's been outstanding, so why change? But Tony D said, you can't do that. You can't. He said, well, that's the way I've always done it. So you figure the more fingers you use, less velocity you get. It's like a pitcher throwing a changeup. Talk about the circle change, where they use the middle finger, ring finger, little finger, circle with the index and thumb. So you throw with those 3 fingers, you don't get as much, and maybe 10 miles slower than your normal fastball. But Gerald, very unique in his throwing. It has not affected him. Throws very well, and his percentage of caught stealing says it all. So, Gerald, don't change. Not that you're going to anyway.
That's very interesting. And any player, infielder, outfielder, you can throw with 2 fingers.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to. I mean,
and if you're an infielder, an outfielder, a catcher, the 4 seams, you throw across the seams with the 2 fingers. You throw with the seams, you get more of a sinking action, which a pitcher wants to do.
cue shot by Giambi.
That's how they actually, Roger Craig was the one who started the split finger fastball in his camps in San Diego with Tony Gwynn, trying to teach the changeup. So he took the index and the middle finger and split them. The farther you split the fingers, the less you have on at the two-seamer. And the closer together, the harder you throw. Spread them apart, the slower you throw. That's why all the hitters are upset with Roger Craig for doing that. Teaching the splitter, of course.
That was kind of the pitch of the 80s, maybe.
Yeah.
But now you don't hear about it.
Suter was one of the best that he taught. But yeah, I mean, the A's do not have one pitcher with a split that throws a splitter. Although a couple of pitchers, and Kurt Young knows exactly what they do, and that's Michael Wirtz and Casilla throw the hard slider, which makes the pitch look like a split.
And there was some people who felt, and I don't know that there's necessarily evidence of this, that the split finger was hard on a pitcher's arm.
Yeah.
But it seems like every decade there's a new name for a pitch. Last 7, 8, 10 years, the cutter. Now you hear the cutter, and it's a great pitch. It's terrific. Close pitch, 3-2. So the A's are making Justin Verlander work. He's already thrown 21 pitches in the inning. Cabrera at second, Holiday at first. They're not running, and the pitch is foul back. It's pretty simple with Verlander. Yeah, you'd like to knock him out of the game, but he's very good. So second best thing is to get him out as quick as you can and not let him pitch into the 7th or 8th inning. Runners do not go. Swing and a miss. So Giambi strikes out. A couple of strikeouts in the first inning for Verlander.
And he's used the fastball. 2-2 count to Kennedy, 3-2 to Giambi. Just Powder River right down the middle, and Jason could not catch up to the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. No, by the way, Justin Verlander, just taking a quick look at his number of pitches thrown. See it 121, 122, 122. So he's a workhorse. He's strong. That's the 10 games with 8+ strikeouts.
Hit well to left field, but Rayburn is going to get there. So Suzuki got a pitch to hit, but he lines out, and the A's strand a pair in the first. Second inning coming up, no score.
Now the Oakland A's have introduced the all-new Victory Pack. This pack includes 4 great games on the field level featuring a Yankees game and a Jason Giambi bobblehead night. For each game within the pack, if the A's win, you will receive a voucher good for an additional A's game of your choice, free. That's a great word, free. For more information, call the A's at 510-638-GO-A's or visit oaklandathletics.com. Someone said the 3 best words are free, free, free.
Free, I'll take 3.
If it's free, it's for me.
Marcus Timms, Ryan Rayburn, Magler Ordonez against Dallas Braden. Braden had a 3-up, 3-down inning in the first. Couple of fly balls to center field and a slow roller out in front of the plate.
I like the way the A's marketing department get a little creative with the ticket offerings for the fans. Trying to get them out here to see this A's baseball team. Still another halfway, not quite at the halfway mark, the All-Star game, but the A's will reach the 81 game mark soon. There's still a lot of great baseball remaining.
This is game 77. So in Boston, we'll reach the halfway point. Strike 3 call, the fastball on the inside corner. Good pitch by Dallas Braden, a well-placed fastball.
Well, it likes to change up away, does Braden, but also this pitch, and especially if he can catch the inside corner, which he did. Right on the black. The Tommy Cam shows that Angel or Angel called strike 3.
Ryan Rayburn, 263 on the year with 5 home runs and 19 RBIs. 3 for 7 in this series.
Like these day games, don't you? Midweek day games, because the dibs.
Yep, they're here already.
Seem to appear.
I'm not going to wait around.
I see that you have not.
Rayburn, it's a base hit. Ryan Rayburn now 7 for 17 against the A's this year, so he has been a tough out. And he gets the first hit today off Dallas Braden.
Right fielder, number 30, Maglio.
Here's Maglio Ordonez.
Well, they got the count 2-0, and look, fastball got it and found the hole in left field, and just very aggressive swinging by Rayburn, and definitely shown it in Detroit as well as here at the Coliseum.
Mark Ellis will get the sure out at first as he ranges far to his left.
And we've seen Mark already in this homestand since returning Sunday, and remarkable plays where he's gone to his left, 360 spin, and thrown to second to get the lead runner. But you can watch him on this one. This ball spinning away from him. He was able to look to second, see that Rayburn was almost there, and the same move through to first and got the sure out. So right there, the quick look, and that's just being able to react immediately to decide what you're going to do, and Mark Ellis one of the best at doing that.
So here's Gerald Laird with a runner at second and 2 outs, and Laird takes a fastball for a strike.
Well, Braden saw the ball that Cabrera hit in the first inning, and it's one now that Ordonez moves like to cue shots.
Yep.
Spinning weirdly off the end of the bat.
That one is fair down the third base line. Kennedy made a dive, could not come up with it. Rayburn's going to score, and Gerald Laird has an RBI double. Tigers 1, A's nothing. That's the second RBI double for Laird in this series.
Kurt Suzuki moved inside, and checking the velocity on the scoreboard said 85, which kind of not your true change up, in between the fastball and the change. Here's
Don Kelly, and Kelly hits one toward first. Nice play by Giambi on the dive, steps on the bag, side retired. Little defense from Jason Giambi, and it saved a run. Bottom of the second coming up. Tigers 1, A's nothing. having a terrific season. First in the American League in strikeouts, second in pitches per game. He's got a couple of complete games. All in all, a very fine start to the season for Justin Verlander. And if you look at his starts this year, he got knocked around big time early on. His first 4 starts, he was 0-2 with an ERA of 9. But since then, he's got 12 starts. He's 8-1. And in those 12 starts, he's allowed 2 runs or less 9 times. And I think early on there was probably some concern, Ray, because last year he was not very good. It's hard to imagine this guy not being good, but he was 11-17 last year with an ERA of 4.84.
And you start the season the way he did, and to be thinking after winning 35 games that combined the 2 previous years.
And you watch him pitch, and he's got such good stuff. You just can't imagine him going 11-17, but that's what happened last year. But he's figured it all out, and he's back to the form that saw him win the Rookie of the Year in 2006 and then make the All-Star team in 2007. Broken bat, and the soft line drive is caught by Don Kelly. So 1 out here in the second inning. So Verlander's rookie year of 2006, he went 17-9, and then 07, an 18-game winner. And there you see the 08 number. He's 26 years old. He's a big kid, 6'5", 225 pounds. And Ray, how do you think the San Diego Padres feel? And I'm going to tell you why I asked you that question after this pitch. 2004 draft, Padres had the first pick. They took Matthew Bush, who was a high school shortstop and has, quite frankly, is now a pitcher, I believe, in the minor league somewhere. Tigers had the second pick, and they took Justin Verlander. Matt Bush was the first overall pick in 2004. That is one the Padres would like to have back. Big time. And granted, it's the draft is a little bit of a crapshoot at times, but Verlander was a college pitcher. He went to Old Dominion. Tigers probably said when Padres made their selection, they probably went, Yahoo! We're gonna take Verlander. Cust fouls with that. Jared Weaver was in that 2004 draft. He was 12th in the first round by the Angels. Billy Butler from the Royals. Stephen Drew was the 15th pick by Arizona. The A's that year took Landon Powell with the 24th pick. Powell, of course, in the big leagues. Full count to Cust with Travis Buck waiting in the on-deck circle. Another foul ball. So Cust hanging in there against Verlander. Verlander had a couple of strikeouts in that first inning.
And Verlander doing to Jack Cust what he did to Jason Giambi. Jason fouled off a couple and then just basically throwing fastballs down the middle. Not quite the 103 the A's saw with Jordan Zamala last night, but Verlander still very high in the velocity with his fastball. Change.
Now about that 84 miles an hour, and well, that was a good changeup.
Well, the key for Verlander is throw it right in the middle of the plate. Well, that's where Gerald Laird sets up, and you're going to strike out maybe Babe Ruth with that pitch. 3-2 changeup.
Well, boy, that side shot, you really see how much Cust missed it by. Missed it by probably a foot. Two outs, and here's Travis Buck.
Here's the changeup, and that's exactly what a hitter looks like when he's geared up for a fastball, the 96, 97, and throws a changeup. Travis Buck's last game, home run, 3 hits. First game of a doubleheader against the Rangers.
Hits that one to right center and hits it well. Ordonez near the wall, and he's got it. So Travis Buck hits it well, but he's retired. 3 up, 3 down inning for Verlander in the bottom of the second.
Top of the 3rd inning for the Tigers, batting in 9th position, shortstop, number 4, Adam Everett.
3rd inning from the Coliseum. The Tigers with a 1-0 lead. They got their run in the 2nd inning on a 2-out RBI double by Gerald Laird. So Adam Everett, Curtis Granderson, and Placido Polanco, 3 hitters. Adam Everett 3 for 7 in the series, hitting .269 overall. Had a double, scored a run last night. And that's ripped fair. Going to roll into the left field corner. And Adam Everett has a double. And that's how the top of the 3rd gets started. Make sure you visit csncalifornia.com and vote for the All-Star Teacher. Check out finalists' bios and video features. The winning teacher receives $10,000 for his or her school. The csncalifornia.com All-Star Teacher Award is sponsored by Comcast, Canbion, and the San Francisco Chronicle. Curtis Granderson steps up, and he bunts. Braden off the mound, spins and throws in time to get Granderson. To 3rd goes Everett, so Granderson will be credited with a sacrifice.
Pretty good bunt, and an even better play by Dallas Braden. He had to field it himself. No way Giambi is going to get to it. And the speed of Granderson. Dallas Braden throwing up the line with Granderson almost to the bag. That time, unlike his last start where he left the ball and pulled Martin's foot off the bag, this one was a good throw and a big out.
Well, in what figures to be a pitcher's duel, he's bringing the infield in here in the 3rd, trying to cut down a run at home. Placido Polanco will hit, and he takes a strike. Polanco hit a fly ball to center field in the 1st inning. 2 for 10 in the series, but a big hit last night. A home run in the very 1st inning. That's funny. Usually you get ahead of a hitter 0-2, you feel pretty good. But with Polanco, Just don't know if you have an advantage or not, because he has that short stroke and does not mind hitting when he's behind in the count. Really short in his swing there.
69-mile-an-hour changeup. That according to the scoreboard gun. So I'd have to think what Joe Laird hit was kind of a somewhat of a fastball at 85, 86 miles per hour.
Another foul ball. This one in the air down the right field line. Polanco with 33 RBIs after the 2-run homer last night. On deck is Miguel Cabrera. This is what Polanco did last night. Second batter of the game after Granderson walked.
Joe Gonzalez, a fastball down and in. He just dropped the head of the bat. A toothpick sized bat that he uses. Great bat speed, and right down the line for the home run.
Grounded toward third. Kennedy looks the runner back, and that's the second out.
And that was a great sequence there by Dallas Braden. Be able to get a very tough hitter, foul off tough pitches, but better yet, get him to hit the ball on the ground right to Adam Kennedy. And Chris Everett had this, you know, it's interesting, one out. We talk about a lot of times if a runner would go on contact, but in this case, it was not true. But there are some that would go immediately, but that would have been an out at the plate, you figure. So this way, he keeps the runner at third.
Line to Sweeney, and he's got it. Side retired. Braden works out of the jam, and the Tigers do not score. Bottom of the third coming up, 1-0 Detroit. Nothing, bottom of the third inning. Lots of sunshine at the ballpark today. Very comfortable. Mark Ellis takes a strike from Justin Verlander. Ellis, Kennedy, Cabrera. Mark, a home run on Monday night and a home run last night. Monday it was off Rick Porcello. Last night, Fernando Rodney, the Tigers closer, gave up the home run. That one bounced over the middle. Polanco on the backhand and makes a very nice play. So 1 out. Time now for the Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. Go to csncalifornia.com to post your question. Rich Hoffman from Sunnyvale says, why are they always spraying water over the infield? Doesn't that make it muddy?
Sometimes, yes. But most times, no. This is what they do. That's pretty. That's great. It kind of darkens it up a little bit, like spray painting the dirt, clay wood, and watch how it just goes back to being very white.
Yeah.
Dries it out fast. Claywood is the best. There's no doubt. And what his crew does to get the field ready, but they have to keep putting moisture in the dirt. Otherwise, it'd be blowing all over the place.
And we asked Clay about it. It keeps the dirt nice and firm,
yeah,
which the players like. Keeps the dust down, which all makes sense.
Right now we're in the 3rd inning, and by the time you can see some of the dark spots, but as this game progresses, you're going to see it just be solid white by the time the game is over. But Clay Wood, the head groundskeeper for the A's, of course, he wants to tailor the field to the liking of the A's infielders. No, Eric Chavez has talked glowingly about him and how great Clay was and still is.
Strikeout
So
number
is
4.
Justin Verlander today. He's got the 3 pitches working. The strikeout to Cuss on a changeup. Called strike 3 and a curveball to Adam Kennedy. Blew the fastball by Jason Giambi.
So 2 outs and Cabrera takes outside.
Well, the problem with Verlander?
What?
He thinks he's good.
Yeah.
He knows he's good. That's,
yeah.
There's a lot to be said about that. A lot of confidence.
There's a shot in the left field, a base hit for Cabrera. So Orlando Cabrera is 2 for 2. He has both the A's hits today.
8th hit in the career of Cabrera against the right-hander. Verlander looking quickly over his shoulder, thinking it might be towards Kelly at 3rd base, but 5.5 hole hit very nicely by Cabrera.
Holiday fouls one back. It's always the question, Ray, what would you rather have? A guy who is stuff is average, but in his mind he thinks he's pretty good? Or would you rather have the guy whose stuff is really good, but in his mind he thinks he's average?
I'll take the confident ones.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that's between the ears is the most important part of any player, really, just to believe in yourself. The God-given talent, you improve on that talent, and then believe in yourself. Oh, believe you can get out of the way at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball helps also. Got up and in, lost a little bit. Some would say that's it's not a bad pitch. At least gets a hitter thinking about it.
That one's hit well to right field. Ordonez back, warning track, and he's got room, and he makes the catch. Side retired. 2-out hit by Cabrera, nothing else for the A's. We head to the 4th, 1-0 Detroit. 1-0 Tigers over the A's in the 4th inning. First pitch to Marcus Timms, a slider, and no swing on the appeal to Randy Marsh. Timms, Rayburn, Ordonez. Well, remember last night we told you about the Red Sox Orioles game where the Red Sox had a 10-1 lead and the Orioles scored 5 in the 7th, 5 in the 8th, and won 11-10, right? I'll tell you how it makes baseball great, frustrating, drive you crazy. Today, the Orioles are feeling pretty good. They take a 5-1 lead into the 9th inning. So they're like, hey, we're 3 outs away from
Number
2 big
25,
wins.
Ryan Rayburn.
Boston scores 4 in the top of the 9th to tie it. The final 2 runs coming after 2 are out and nobody on base. They brought George Sherrill, their closer, in, thinking he's going to shut the door. So now they're into extra innings. Isn't it amazing?
It's an amazing game.
It's
what's
crazy.
really amazing is last time the Orioles had such a comeback, and the Red Sox were the team in 1956. Down 8 runs and came back to win. And I think they're shocked just to have been in the dugout of the Red Sox, just to see the shock on their faces the last 2 innings last night. But turn the page, forget about it, and so far today at least they're back in the game in extra innings.
Yeah. 3-0 to Ryan Rayburn. There's a strike. There are a handful of games going on right now. Toronto already won. They shut out Tampa Bay 5-0. There's a 3-1 changeup, and Rayburn swings and misses. Minnesota leading Kansas City 3-1 in the 8th inning. Payoff pitch to Rayburn, and this time he takes the pitch and it's low for the walk. So Ryan Rayburn has been on base twice today.
Well, he looked foolish on a 3-1 changeup, but Dallas trying to back it up with another one and was not in the strike zone. And like Verlander against Jack Cust, he threw it in the strike zone with a change of speeds, and Dallas Braden tried to get Rayburn to swing at another bad pitch. Didn't happen.
Here's Ordonez. Grounded to third. Kennedy has it. Ellis turns it, and that's a double play. So 5-4-3, third double play in the series for the A's. Bottom of the 4th coming up, 1-0 Detroit. Rays have 2 hits off Verlander, both by Cabrera. He's walked 1 and struck out 4. And that was pitch number 56. Giambi batted in the first inning with 2 on and 1 out. First and second 1 out. He struck out swinging.
Now Mark Ellis is very smooth at second base, and he had to be on this play. Adam Kennedy to the field. Look how quickly Mark gets the ball and avoids the hard slide by Rayburn, and able to turn the double play, knowing where he had to go and how quickly Rayburn was going to be on him because it was a slow hit ball. But just a great quick hands and able to turn the double play. So Adam Kennedy knew at third, but the veteran Mark Ellis back at second, and he is showing some great plays already.
You know, it's funny watching that too, as you realize that as a second baseman you can't always make the pivot the same way.
That's right.
And that was Mark coming across the bag, clearing himself out of the way. Still got clipped a little bit in the leg.
Well, we've already seen 2 plays by Mark today that shows it.
The nasty hook. The Burt Blyleven breaking ball there.
Well, and again, he threw a fastball by him at 95 the first at bat, and then dropped Uncle Charlie on him here. And like Kennedy, froze Jason, and they know it. Start. Jelly legs, buckle the knees, and head to the dugout. Let's start to say about Mark Ellis, though, for the ball that Rayburn, he almost went to second, wanted to try to get him. But realized he, but thinking ahead, who's on base, who's running, how the ball is hit. And of course, turning the double play at second base. How hard the ball is hit on the left side and who's running there as well.
Kurt Suzuki lined out to end the first inning. Lined out to left field. 2-1. Kurt had a good swing at the fastball. Verlander throwing as hard as he does. Kurt a little bit late, fouled it back. 2-2 the count. Kelly backs up and then makes a strong throw and gets Suzuki. He needed a strong arm, Don Kelly, and he showed it for the second out.
Oh, you're seeing Brandon Edge make this play with his strong arm, but Kelly realizing if he charged the ball, might get a bad hop, but there's your confidence of a strong arm. An accurate arm as well. Set himself, and a perfect throw to Cabrera.
First pitch to Sweeney, down around the knees for a strike. A shot past Polanco into right center for a hit. Third hit for the A's. And that'll bring up Jack Cust.
The way Ryan Sweeney is swinging right now, doesn't matter if it's a curveball or a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. This is a curveball, a very good one, but well, he's right on it. Polanco just trying to put a glove on it, could not.
Ryan Sweeney now has 9 hits in his last 15 at bats. First pitch is outside. The Red Sox have just taken a 6-5 lead in the top of the 11th inning. The game we told you about, where the Red Sox were down to their final out, but scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th to tie the game, and now they have the lead. Cust drives one to left. That baby's hit. Wow, gone. Well, maybe that's the hit Jack Cuss needs to get going.
Well, that's a pretty good hit and run. Sweeney was on the move, and Jack Cuss took the outside fastball and crushed it. His first since the 20th of June, his first in the month of July. And let's hope the first of many the rest of the season. Jack Cuss took the fastball, and he's not been hitting as many to left field or left center, but that one was big, and Jim Scanlon likes it.
So home run number 14, RBIs 40 and 41. Jack Cuss. So a lead for Dallas Braden. It all came with 2 outs.
Jack Cuss, in hitting his 14 home runs, all but one. Game at Tampa Bay when the Rays blew out the A's. Every home run except that one is either tie the game or put the A's ahead. Or extend the lead, or it's been a positive.
Yeah.
So he's done it at the right time, and that's exactly what you want out of a home run hitter, and this one a big one today.
For Verlander, that's the 8th home run he has given up. And he's done that in 108 innings, which is not a lot of home runs allowed.
He hasn't faced Jack Cuss a lot.
Little pop up down the left field line, and the third baseman Kelly grabs it, and that will do it. But Jack Cuss with a big hit. He goes the other way with a home run off Verlander, a 2-run shot. So we're headed to the 5th inning. It's the A's 2 and the Tigers 1.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for the Tigers, number 8, Gerald Laird.
Two 1 A's over the Tigers, thanks to Ryan Sweeney, that man, and Jack Cuss. Sweeney with the 2-out single, Cuss with the 2-run homer in the bottom of the 4th. So now the A's have the lead. Dallas Braden will go to work with that 1-run lead.
Let's just hope Dallas Braden holds true to form. Last 6 starts, 2 or fewer earned runs. Well, he's given up 1. Let's leave it at 1.
Laird actually tried to pull his bat back, but ended up fouling it on the bunt attempt.
Remember when Laird was with the Texas Rangers and how many bunt base hits he had?
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Guy was playing back at third, and Laird would place it perfectly down the third base line, and 0-2 pitch is just a bit off the plate. Now 2-2. Orioles are going to the bottom of the 9th. against the Red Sox, trailing by 1. And Papelbon is coming in for Boston. Sweeney going back and a couple steps to his right, and he's got it.
Sunday, July 19th, the A's take on the Angels. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Game time 1:05. There's 10,000 fans that day will receive a Kurt Suzuki player t-shirt brought to you by Supercuts. Tickets are on sale now at OaklandAthletics.com or call 877-493-BALL. Maybe we can get a shot of the front of the t-shirt, right?
Puka shells.
You know, if the Orioles scored 5 in the 7th, 5 in the 8th last night, don't you think they're pretty confident they can come back and score 1 off Papelbon to at least tie it in the 11th today?
Oh, yeah. And our initial report last night was that Jonathan Papelbon wasn't in the game, but he actually was in the game last night.
Why are you looking back at BI? Give me some bad info?
Like I said, our initial report was that Papelbon was not in the game. Digging for second and making it is Don Kelly. Just a little flare down the left field line. What can you do about that? Not much.
Well, he could say he's all even because Jason Giambi robbed him of a double and an RBI his last at bat. Diving play down the first base line. This time jammed the inside out swing and just placed it perfectly like Bobby Riggs would, right over the net and down the line.
You don't strike me as a tennis buff.
That guy's good.
Bobby Riggs, though, is it like 1973 or something?
Well, what do you expect?
You just don't strike.
I was in my heyday.
Like, I could see you, like watching football or.
No, I just
don't look like a tennis guy.
When he and Billie Jean King went head to head, you know what he expected.
I can't picture you with white tennis shorts on,
Of course not. But I mean, I just remember that was historical when he was hitting those little bloop shots.
Yes, he did.
Kind of like what Long did. Kelly did.
Took the loss though.
Yeah,
Billie Jean got the win. 1-1 now to Adam Everett. Tigers have 4 hits in the game. 3 of them are doubles, including one by Everett. This one down the right field line. It's going to be foul territory, and nobody's going to get it. Right on the bullpen mound. Everett will be followed by Curtis Granderson. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Everett in this series is 4 for 8. This one's bounced. A nice big hop to Kennedy. And that's the 2nd out.
Well, Adam Kennedy showing that very versatile. He moved over to third base on Sunday. First start in his major league career at third base. He's been there ever since and played very well. And especially because it's a longer throw and you're accustomed to playing second base, a little flip, and now you have to go across the diamond with accuracy. He's done a very good job.
So a big out to get here. It's Curtis Granderson. And slider drops a little bit low. Granderson, a fly ball to center field and a sacrifice bunt so far. And now 2-0. Cabrera trying to hold Kelly close to second. Kelly's got a pretty good lead. And another breaking pitch. This one in for a strike.
Typically with a couple of outs, the middle infielders will hold the position. because an out, give the guy the extra lead. Figure with 2 outs, he's going to break on contact. You want to hold the position and being able to field a ground ball. Suzuki came up on the previous pitch with a fake to second, but nobody near the bag.
So 2-2 to Granderson. And that's grounded toward Ellis. Mark has it. Side retired. Braden works his way out of the jam again. So bottom of the 5th coming up, 2-1 A's. Two-one A's over the Tigers, bottom of the 5th inning. So good ball game so far. Verlander and Braden both pitching well. The big hit in the game, Jack Cust, a 2-run homer in the 4th. And Mark Ellis, Adam Kennedy, and Orlando Cabrera. There's the pitching breakdown.
And Dallas Braden threw 5 innings, just 61.
Shallow right. Ordonez coming in, still coming in. He's got it. So 1 out. A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek Splash of Cash. It's giving away $12,000 cash daily. Visit CacheCreek.com for details.
Adam Kennedy.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. You know, it's funny watching that fly ball go to right field and watching Ordonez racing in. This one hit to left field where Rayburn is going to make the catch. But you know, in our business, you get used to seeing a guy. You know how he runs, what he looks like. But Ordonez, pants are up, and the hair is cut. He looks like a completely different player than we've known him to look like in the last 3 or 4 years.
Hadn't had a haircut in 5 years.
I'm serious.
And the length of his hair, you can tell that. And
you know, you can watch a guy run, and you know, we've seen these guys so much, you know who it is. It's a different guy out there in right field.
Well, he hopes he gets to stay out in right field.
Yeah.
The way he's performing this year, and of course, we detailed his contract for 2010. Depends on how many plate appearances. That is a very quick inning.
It is.
5 pitches.
A 5-pitch inning for Justin Verlander. The old Ordonez and the new Ordonez. Check out the hair, folks. Athletics. That looks good, folks. Polanco, Cabrera, Timms against Dallas Braden. For 2 this afternoon for Polanco and 2 for 11 in the series. Line drive, grabbed by Kennedy, 1 out.
The hot corner. Nice play by Kennedy. Polanco, that quick stroke, like maybe a base hit, hooked it down to the corner, maybe extra bases, and Adam Kennedy there to rob him. You know, first of all, you have to be able to react quickly enough when you're 90 feet away. But also the number of white shirts on a bright sunny afternoon, being able to pick up the ball off the bat that quickly. And the infield is turning white. And if Clay Wood could bring out the hose halfway through the game, he'd probably hose it down.
Yes, he would.
Put some water on.
2-1 now to Cabrera, who's 0 for 2.
Oh, this is great. That a great shot.
Better hurry. Better hurry. Hurry up. Gotta get it done. Gotta get it. Gotta go, go, go.
They spray painted it. And did you see how many were out on the field along with Clay? Got, was it 5 total, maybe 6? In Detroit, they have 30.
Yeah.
29 holding the holes and 1 person.
Well, those guys right there,
they're fast.
They don't have to worry about the tarp.
That's right. Most rain this field might get 6 months would be what the guys put on it before the game.
Well, we've said many times, if you roll that tarp out here at the Coliseum, and really probably any Dodger Stadium, across the bay, San Diego, never quite sure what you may find underneath there. Although I guess the guys earlier in the year roll it out occasionally overnight if rain is in the forecast. 3-2 to Cabrera.
And the hitter has got to be thinking, how many, what's he shaking to? Because Suzuki and Braden can't get together on the pitch selection, but keeps the ball in his glove. And Braden follows through with no ball.
That's fair past Kennedy. And it's going to be another double for the Tigers. That's their 4th in the game, and it's their 9th in the series.
Well, they kept shaking and went to the changeup, which is the pitch Dallas Braden likes.
Number 33.
Cabrera, of course, with a very quick swing past the diving Kennedy. Kennedy a little upset that he didn't come up with the ball.
Here's Marcus Timms. He swings and misses. Timms a strikeout and a ground out. So 0 for 2 today, and in the series, he's 1 for 9. Swing and a miss, 0-2. The Red Sox ended up winning that game in Baltimore 6-5 over the Orioles. Breaking pitch drops low. Ryan Rayburn is the on deck hitter. Got him swinging with a high fastball. Tim strikes out.
Well, I'm glad he stayed with the fastball, Tim. Just a little bit tardy on the fastball after the first two, and then went slider inside, missed it, and then came right back with another fastball and blew it by him. That was very big. Fastball inside to Tim's his first at bat. Took it for strike 3, and then blew another one by him this time. The only 2 strikeouts for Brady.
First pitch to Ryan Rayburn. Breaking ball for a strike.
Walking.
Yeah, Rayburn has been
this guy's been
Babe
tough.
Rayburn against the A's this year. In this series, 4 for 8. And a couple of doubles last night. Maglio Ordonez is in the on-deck circle. Now remember, Cabrera, the runner at second, does not run well at all. So a base hit, maybe right at one of the outfielders, you will have a chance to play at the plate with Cabrera. He's not being held on. That ball's hit to center. Sweeney back, still going back. Room, he's got it, side retired. Another stranded runner for the Tigers. So the A's hanging on to their 2-1 lead. Bottom of the 6th coming up.
Guests receive an A's bandana and goodie bag with dog product samples. Spaces limited, so order tickets now. OaklandAthletics.com. Better not touch my cinnamon roll.
Gray has a cinnamon roll the size of a catcher's mitt up here.
That's why I like them, because it just reminds me every time I see it.
It looks like a catcher's mitt. It does.
Yeah.
And if I get anywhere near it, my finger will get broken. Holiday Giambi Suzuki against Verlander. That is 82 pitches now for Verlander. Holiday a walk and a fly ball to right field. If you're just joining us, Jack Huss 2-run homer in the 4th. That's what gave the A's the 2-1 lead in this game. Now 3-1 to Holiday.
Well, last time Verlander gave up a home run to an athletic other than one who has been traded. Cabrera's hit a home run off him. Giambi has, but Nick Swisher took him deep a couple of times in 06.
Kelly shows off the guard, strong arm, but Holiday beat it. Matt Holiday was motoring down the line, and he has himself an infield hit.
I didn't think it was going to be as close as it was, but Kelly made a tremendous play. And we know that Matt Holiday, when he gets going, can run. Topped the ball, got out of the box quickly. Wow. I think I thought he had him watching it in real time. But a good infield hit for Matt Holliday, who is his size, you don't figure is going to get a lot of it.
Call the balk.
It had to be the front leg.
It was called by the home plate umpire. And Verlander wants to argue with Angel Hernandez.
This is a very quick move. He didn't have to come to a set. He's talking about his foot. He's turned his foot, and that's what Angel saw.
So the A's will take it, and now they have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Giambi to right. Hit well. Ordonez near the wall. Gone. 4-1 A's.
Well, what's interesting in this game, first at bat, strikeout on a fastball. Second at bat, strikeout on a curveball. Comes back and he throws him a changeup, and Jason crushed it.
So number 11 for Giambi on the year. And number 407 in his career. This one's bounced toward Everett, and that's the first out. So with 407, he's in pretty good company now. And there was the changeup.
Center fielder, number 15, Ryan Sweeney.
Jason, the 23rd of June was his last home run. That was against Lincecum. But a changeup, remember that fastball that he turned on with Lincecum. A lot of off-speed pitches that Jason has been hitting.
And 1-1 the count to Ryan Sweeney. So tied with Duke Snyder. Up next is Darrell Evans. So tied for 43rd on the all-time home run list is Jason Giambi. Another foul ball, 1-2. Sweeney, a line drive out and a single in the fourth.
Jason, with the changeup, of course, the fastball is about 95. The changeup at 84. Verlander, and just so strong. Looks like he can fool him. Not the case. He's happy about that. Garcia Parra, Travis Bach, Andy Cabrera, and anybody else who wants to will do it.
Get in line. So a 2-run homer by Cust and a 2-run homer by Giambi.
Whatever happened, just the normal handshake.
Handshake is a thing of the past. Curveball, and Sweeney swings and misses. Too boring, Ray. Got to do something exciting. Like a good old-fashioned man hug.
Number 32, Cust.
Yeah, that has helped the A's today. Justin Verlander on the road, significantly different than at home. Jack Cust steps in. Cust's home run in the fourth inning was to left field.
Jack took a first pitch fastball for a strike, and it's one of those. I just hit a home run off of him. He's not going to challenge me again. First pitch. Sure enough, he did.
Yeah. Good curve there, 1-2. Verlander keeps throwing the curveball. Cuss laying off. See what he throws. Cuss on 3-2. Fastball. Cuss gets jammed. And Don Kelly makes the play. On the run, side retired. Jason Giambi, a long one, as he got an off-speed pitch from Verlander and took it out of the yard. Gives the A's a Jr., the teriyaki $6 burger with grilled pineapple is back at Carl's Jr. A's with a 4-1 lead in the rubber game of this series against the Tigers. Bobby Crosby comes in the game to play first base. Takes over for Jason Giambi, so Giambi hits the big home run, and he will get the final 3 innings off. Dallas Braden back to work, now with a 3-run lead as he faces Ordonez, Laird, and Kelly here in the top of the 7th inning. Ordonez is 0 for 3 or 0 for 2 this afternoon, and he's 2 for 10 in the series. Seen Ordonez hit a lot of balls to right field in the series. He's always been a guy who hits the ball foul line to foul line. More so in this series than we've ever seen, I think. 2-2.
Well, I think he's just trying to figure it out, and unfortunately for Ordonez and Leland, it's not happened so far.
Holiday near the wall, and he's got it.
This is regarding the balk. Angel might have been saying, well, balked him to second. You could have potentially walked Giambi with him hit the home run off him. Looks like he might be finished for the day at 102 pitches, but the lefty continue to warm in the bullpen.
First pitch to Gerald Laird. Hit hard but foul past Gene Lamont. Tigers, after today's game, will continue their 9-game trip. They will head to Minnesota. Sure, fly there after the game today. They will have an off day tomorrow.
And the Twins leading Kansas City in the 9th. Chance to pick up a game on Jim Whelan's Tigers if is hanging on to win this game.
Well, that turns out to be a big series then.
Absolutely.
It'll be a 3-game set Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the Tigers will return home. A home stand up until the All-Star break. Well hit ball to center. Sweeney's going to go back. He's got this one, 2 outs. So Don Kelly, the third baseman, will hit. Braden has thrown 86 pitches. He's done a real nice job with his pitch count. There's 2 outs here in the 7th inning. See just a couple of strikeouts. And he has walked just 1, so those 2 things right there will help keep your pitch count down.
And the ground ball outs, you saw the 10 of them.
Tigers have hit into 1 double play today. Inside to Kelly. Kelly was called up from AAA Toledo on the 12th of June. So Toledo. So there's another example of a AAA team being close to its big league team. Toledo and Detroit. Probably what, an hour?
Yep, they've been there forever.
Yeah. It is a quiet A's bullpen. Payoff pitch. Braden to Kelly. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball. Strikeout number 3 for Braden. And he has been excellent through 7 innings. Bottom of the 7th coming up 4-1. Tigers got on the board first. Gerald Laird with an RBI double. That was in the top of the second inning. But the A's took the lead on Jack Cuss' home run in the fourth. A 2-run shot. And then more long ball from the A's. This time it's Jason Giambi in the sixth. That's a 2-run homer. So hugs all around for the A's as we head to the bottom of the seventh inning. And the A's with a 4-1 lead. 1-5-0 for Detroit, 4-6-0 for the Athletics. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world. Delivered.
And as strong as Jason is, better be careful. Ask for a hug. Come out with fractured ribs.
Travis Buck to lead it off. New pitcher, Foo-Jae Ni. Saw Ni make his major league debut in game 1 of this series. Ni pitched an inning and 2/3. Gave up a home run to Ryan Sweeney. The only run he gave up. So Foo-Jae Ni.
Major day again, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised.
Can Jack pronounce his name?
Foo-Jae Ni? No. Shot. Fair right field. Buck digging for 2, and he makes the turn, and he'll stop at second. Leadoff double for Travis Buck.
Travis almost hit one out off Verlander his first at bat. Warning track right field. And this time that gets the lefty, just crushes the ball over Cabrera's head. Ordonez getting the ball quickly enough that Buck had to be satisfied with the leadoff double.
7th hit for the A's in the ball game. Mark Ellis will try to get Buck over. Slider inside corner strike. You see Mark trying to hit it to the right side, inside out swing. And Buck not really being held on by the middle infielders for Detroit. How about that job? Cabrera handles it, races to the bag, gets Ellis. That was not an easy pitch to hit to the right side, folks.
That is big league, and not surprising with Mark Ellis. Even with 2 strikes, trying to hit the ball, almost got a base hit.
Number 29.
High fastball inside, and watch him bust it down the line and slid into first and almost beat Cabrera to the bag. But what a great play by Mark Ellis, doing his job. As the pitcher, Ni, a little bit slow getting to the bag. Mark, it's a good job going on the slide to avoid a collision with the big guy. I know who would have won.
Infield comes in, and Kennedy takes a bit high. Kennedy is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Swing and a miss. Kennedy has really struggled against left-handed pitching. He's hitting 172 so far this year against lefties. Against righties, 352. And that one looped foul toward the A's bullpen. Brad Ziegler continues to throw. 1-2 to Kennedy with Cabrera in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss on the slider out of the strike zone. So Kennedy is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts today.
And a big sweeping breaking ball, and just try to put a bat on it.
Now batting, shortstop, number 18, Orlando Cabrera.
Zach Miner is in the bullpen. Jim Leland's coming out, so it looks like we're going to see the righty Zach Miner. And here he comes. So Fujie Ni gets a couple of outs, gives up the double to Cust, and Miner's coming in here in the bottom of the 7th. Angels pitcher Nick Adenhart. On Saturday, July 18th, when the A's take on the Angels at 105, stop by the booth behind section 120 where A's wives will be accepting donations. For a $40 donation or more, you'll receive a mystery baseball autographed by Kurt or one of his teammates. Baseballs will be available while supplies last, and every dollar raised goes to the John Wilhite Recovery Fund. Again, that's Saturday, July 18th. It's behind section 120. That is where A's wives will be accepting donations. Zach Miner comes in for his 21st appearance. So Jim Leland with the right-handed hitting Cabrera coming up. He goes to his right-hander Zach Miner. Miner has made 4 starts this year. Most of his work out of the bullpen. It's our first look in this series at Miner. We've seen him in the past. And that one popped just below us.
Boy, that was close.
That was close. My heart jumped a little bit because I wasn't sure what I was going to do.
Well, I'm glad your heart did, because the rest of you didn't move.
No, I didn't move. I was thinking about what I was going to do. Would I have gone after it if it would have come up here? My guess, no. Another pop-up foul.
I guess who's going to be coming in the 8th inning? He is heating up fast down in the A's bullpen. Brad Ziegler.
Line drive back to Minor. He knocks it down, scrambles after it, picks it up, and throws out Cabrera. So the A's cannot get the leadoff double home. Still 4-1 after 7. The 8th inning, Brad Ziegler comes on, and the gentleman who was terrific tonight in a starting role for the A's, Dallas Braden, is standing by downstairs. Dallas, congratulations. Terrific outing. 7 innings, 5 hits, just 1 run and 92 pitches. How'd you feel?
Felt good. I started to get a little taxed there at the end, but today's probably one of the better days for me coming out of the bullpen, getting ready for the game. I felt really good. Felt locked in, kind of.
Dallas, 4 innings you had. Runner in score position. The doubles seemed to be off the bat, so the Tigers today, yet every one of those 4 innings you got out of a jam.
It was Suzuki and I were doing a good job of, we're really on the same page, but just a matter of keeping the ball down in the zone, trying to induce some ground balls and get guys out of there quickly, and fortunately it worked out.
And you could tell 92 pitches, just the 1 walk and the 3 strikeouts, and that certainly helped the pitch count. Were you able to stick with your game plan against this Tigers lineup today?
We varied a little. Obviously, I like to work the outside part of the plate. Didn't do that as much today. Just trying to really expand inside. I know that they're aggressive. They see the ball up in the zone and they take their hacks. So I was trying to cut it in on them a little and give them something to look at, but nothing to hit.
And this is 7th consecutive start. 2 or fewer earned runs that you've given up. Congratulations on that. Let's hope today you get a W for that. But just kind of go over the period of time you've been pitching and how great you have been feeling, especially in those 7 starts, giving up so few runs.
It's just a matter, really it's attributed to Kurt Suzuki doing his homework day in and day out, the coaching staff. Those guys get you ready. Kurt Young and Ron Romanek do a good job of game planning, so we know exactly what we're in for every time a new team rolls into town. And obviously the timely hitting speaks for itself. We push the runs across, maybe not in bunches, but when we need to.
Well, Dallas, it's reason for a party. They scored 4 runs for you today, your teammates. So
it's exciting. I like a lot of footprints on the dish.
Well, and unfortunately, you're going to be on the road. You don't get to hear your song on the road like you hear today, right?
That's okay, Foss. I got a brand new iPod. We'll have it bumping.
All right, thanks, Dallas. Nice job.
No problem, guys. We'll see you.
So Dallas Braden again, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. It was a 2-out double by Gerald Laird, the only run he gave up. So another very strong performance, and that ERA, which came in at 3.26, will go down. So
we were talking a 2nd inning, a double with 2 outs, scored a run, then got a ground ball to first base, then the leadoff double in the 3rd, got him over, got 2 outs there. The same for the 5th and the 6th, had doubles and got the outs. So he got some big outs when he needed to, because the doubles the Tigers were hitting today.
So Brad Ziegler gave up the hit to Adam Everett, leading off this inning. He struck out Granderson. 1-3 with a 3.34 ERA for Ziegler.
Once the A's and Giambi hit the home run, Zig got up quickly. Now Andrew Bailey, it's been a while for him, starts to get loose.
Didn't miss by much. May not have missed at all. Polanco is 0 for 3. Well, this is a big guy to get because of who's in the on deck circle. That's Miguel Cabrera. By far I should say by far, but in the lineup, the most dangerous home run threat for the Tigers. Inge out of the lineup. Granderson having just hit. And now full count. So you want to get Polanco.
Well, you go the sinker down and in. You can go the little frisbee again. I would think if there ever a time for Jim Leland to send a runner, now would be it, with the ability of Polanco to put the bat on the ball. Just to have a possible double play.
Throw and a very close play. Robbie Crosby, just by the looks of his reaction, thinks that it was real close. Let's see.
A little bit bigger lead, and the throw right on the bag. Actually right on the back of the head of Everett.
Here it goes, and the pitch is bounced, and that is a foul ball down the third baseline. Polanco steps out, now steps back in. Brandon Lyon has been loosening up in the Tigers bullpen. Everett runs, and the pitch is bounced over the mound. Cabrera steps on the bag, gets the out there, double play.
Unbelievable.
The runner was moving, it didn't matter. Cabrera was able to turn it anyways. So a big double play ends the top of the eighth. 4-1 A's, check it out. A's with a 4-1 lead, bottom of the 8th inning from the Coliseum. A's will send up Matt Holliday, Bobby Crosby, and Kurt Suzuki, and they will face a new pitcher for the Tigers. And we get our first look at Brandon Lyon in this series. I'm sure Jim Leland thinking get Brandon Lyon an inning of work.
Almost got him into the 9th inning last night when the A's were mounting a comeback against Fernando Rodney.
Three and 3 with a 3.89 ERA for Lyon. Tigers signed him as a free agent at the end of January this year. He was out there for the taking. He ended up signing with the Tigers. He was the closer for the Arizona Diamondbacks last year. Saved 26 games for Arizona, but had a pretty high ERA of 4.70. 4 years with the D-backs. He was a free agent and ended up signing with the Tigers. It's just a 1-year contract. And first batter he faces, he walks, and that's Matt Holliday. So Holliday's been on base 3 times today. A couple of walks and a base hit.
First baseman, number 7, Bobby Crosby.
So here's Bobby Crosby. First at bat. He took over for Giambi in the top of the 7th inning defensively. Twins finished up their win over the Royals 5-1. Holliday going, it's a pitch out, and it's a perfect throw by Gerald Laird, and Matt Holliday was on. And that was a well executed pitch out, and Laird dropped it right on the bag.
3 fingers and up.
Old 3 fingers Laird.
Yeah. That was a perfect throw. So yeah, Gerald, don't change a thing. If it takes 3 fingers for you to throw like that, then keep doing it.
It's got to be a good feeling for a catcher, Ray, when you pitch out is called and you know it's done perfectly. Yeah. You get a good pitch out.
Oh, that was
everything. There's the grip.
Yeah. And the pitch out was right about shoulder height, and that's a perfect one, and that's exactly what you're hoping for.
Crosby's going to drop a single in front of Ordonez, but I would think you can see the runner, and you got a pretty good idea that just a decent throw, and you're going to get him.
Well, and it's not easy because you just assume with the pitch out you are going to get the runner, but I mean that one it took a ball thrown right to the bag to get Matt Holliday. A lot of times a pitcher will change his delivery, release the ball much slower, or assuming because it's a pitch out, you're going to get him easily.
There's Kurt Suzuki.
Los Angeles, a day game, and the Rockies are trailing 1-0.
Yeah.
You'd think Maury Wills was playing for the Dodgers, got on first, stole second, scored a run. It's 1-0. Drysdale and Koufax finishing it off. It's a pretty good hitting Rockies club.
Yeah.
1-0.
Well, last night it was Colorado shutting out the Dodgers 3-0. Dodgers are 1 out away from returning the favor. What was the old joke from the Dodgers in the 60s? Drysdale threw a shutout last night. Did the Dodgers win?
Yeah.
They won enough. They won a couple World Series in the 60s, the Dodgers.
Only if Maury Wills stole a base, which he did. 62, stole 104 of them.
It is a final now. The Dodgers with a 1-0 win over the Rockies. So the Rockies fall to 8.5 back now in the NL West. The Giants in between the Dodgers and the Rockies. Don't see a lot of day games in the middle of the week at Dodger Stadium. Suzuki toward right center, and that's going to get down. And that's going to go to the wall, or almost to the wall, but deep enough to allow Crosby to come around to throw to the plate, up the line. RBI double for Kurt Suzuki. So it's now 5-1 Athletics.
Well, Zook just kept battling and fouling off some tough pitches and got another one with a good sinker down and away and just lofted it out to right field. Look how the ball's carrying. It's a day game. Carried perfectly into the gap. Ordonez got it back in. Bobby Crosby read it perfectly and was able to score easily from first base, showing off the speed. Hitting the bags perfectly at second and third.
So Ryan Sweeney steps in. So Kurt Suzuki picks up his 32nd RBI. Ryan Sweeney had a big hit in the 4th inning. It seemed to be somewhat harmless at the time. It was a 2-out single. Kept the inning alive, but the next batter, Jack Cuss, then hit a home run, a 2-run shot, and that gave the A's the lead. So 5-1 Athletics here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Dallas Braden, very nice performance today. He did score 4+ runs today, or have, and maybe more. So Dallas Braden, the A's can hang on in line for his 6th win of the year. He'll get the weekend off in Cleveland. He'll face the Red Sox in his next start at Fenway Park. Another 1-2 pitch and another foul ball. In fact, the pitching matchups are in for that upcoming series against the Indians in Cleveland. Trevor Cahill versus David Huff on Friday. Huff is a left-hander. Vin Mazzaro and Carl Pavano on Saturday. Brett Anderson, Cliff Lee on Sunday. The Indians will be hosting the White Sox tonight. Another foul ball and a broken bat. And all 3 of those games against the Indians will be right here on Comcast Sportsnet California. 4 o'clock on Friday, 4 o'clock on Saturday, and 10 a.m. on Sunday. So we're going to be working on the 4th of July, right?
Was that game moved to a night game? Was it originally?
You know what? It was originally, I think, a Fox Saturday game.
I thought so.
And then Fox decided not to televise it, so they moved the start time to a night game.
Which they always have with fireworks, so that's probably the reason.
Yeah. Fireworks downtown Cleveland, right on the lake.
When they start shooting, they never stop for a long time.
2-2 to Sweeney. And now full count. Kurt Suzuki with an RBI double here in the 8th. The A's tacked down another run. Andrew Bailey is just standing out in the bullpen now, throwing occasionally. He's been down there for a while, so he's ready. That one driven to right. Ordonez is going to get back, and he's got it. But another hard hit ball by Ryan Sweeney.
Time now for Carl's Jr. in your face, and Jack Cust. Well, all to you, brother, because he took a fastball on a hit and run. At least the runner was on the move, but all he did is trot. Fastball down and away from Verlander, and Jack Cust took him deep to left field. Meanwhile, Ryan Sweeney, an excellent bat, 10-pitch at bat, and hit the 3-2 curveball very hard off Brandon Lyon.
First pitch to Cust, curveball, drops down and in, no swing. Now, Ray, we mentioned that the Dodgers 1-0 final. Manny Ramirez is coming back on Friday.
The third.
So that'll be the big story in Major League Baseball.
Reopen Manny World.
Yeah.
At Dodger Stadium.
And he will get cheered wildly, I'm sure, at Dodger Stadium. Maybe not so much in other ballparks, though. It could be interesting for him there.
I think he's fortunate the Dodgers have continued to play very well. Had a big lead. Juan Pierre has done a tremendous job to replace him.
Yeah, he'll be able to just step right in. (3-0) to Cust with Travis Buck, hoping that he gets a chance to hit here in the 8th. That's a strike. So a 25-pitch inning for Brandon Lyon out of the bullpen. There's a couple of outs. That one is on the outside corner. Nice crowd this afternoon, Ray. 21,238. So lots of sunshine. This is a good day to be at the ballpark.
Well, a lot of youth baseball teams on hand.
Yeah.
And a businessman special. Just loosen the top button and the tie and enjoy some baseball. There are the kids in their nice jerseys out today.
Payoff to Cust. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Suzuki with an RBI double. We're headed to the 9th. It's the A's 5 and the Tigers 1. There's some of the youngsters enjoying the game. Way out in right center. they're having fun. Doesn't matter where they're sitting. A's with a 5-1 lead over the Tigers, so he's trying to finish up this homestand on a winning note. Take 2 out of 3 from the team that leads the AL Central, the Detroit Tigers. Andrew Bailey will come in for his 36th appearance. Last time Bailey pitched was Sunday against the Rockies. So he has had a couple days off. First pitch to Cabrera is a strike in the inside corner. So Bob Guerin couldn't have written it up any better. Braden for 7, Ziegler in the 8th, Andrew Bailey in the 9th. Swing and a miss. There's that good sharp curveball. So on 3 pitches, Miguel Cabrera strikes out. That's the 5th strikeout for A's pitchers tonight.
This is a pitch that a lot of hitters don't think closers have, and that's a good 12-6 curveball. Was Bailey an outstanding starter last year before he converted to the bullpen.
Marcus Timms takes outside. Timms is 0 for 3. And the A's 2 outs away from win number 33 on the year. And after a month of June where the A's finished 13 and 15, maybe July will be better for the Athletics. The 3-0 pitch is outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Marcus Timms. Just the second walk issued by A's pitchers today.
Number 25, Ryan Rayburn.
Another ball. This one a little bit high to Rayburn. Outside corner. This one's a strike. Make sure you stick around after the game. We'll interview one of the stars from what we hope will be the A's victory. Maybe that guy, Mark Ellis. But the A's still got a little work to do. Rayburn swings and misses. The bat goes flying over near the bat board. Timmy takes care of it.
Rayburn was thinking, I can hit lefties. I'm not sure I can hit a righty too. The ball just took off on him. And Bailey's not your just normal run-of-the-mill right-hander either. Can get the fastball up the mid-90s. Good cutter, good curveball.
And there it is, and that's a good one right there. Rayburn strikes out, so a couple of strikeouts here in the 9th for Andrew Bailey, and 2 outs.
That is a cut fastball and a good
Number 30,
one.
Maglio Ordonez.
First pitch to Ordonez, a bit low. Ordonez is 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a fly out. One of those ground outs resulted in a 5-4-3 double play. Ball squirts away from Suzuki. It was a curveball that was in the dirt. So a wild pitch, and Tim's now at second base. Two and two now, so Bailey trying to finish off Ordonez. So this crowd of over 21,000 up on their feet as Bailey tries to finish it off, and he does. Strike three called on the outside corner. So 3 strikeouts for Bailey in the ninth, and the A's play a very clean, well-played game this afternoon. The A's win it 5-1 over the Tigers, and they take 2 out of 3 from Detroit. So a good